Social envy is a very real thing, and moreover, it can be literally crippling to you and your mental health. We'll talk about that next. Social media can be both good and it can be bad. It can be good in the sense that it allows you to connect to people that you are friends with, people that you are family with, and people that you are simply acquaintances with. It can keep you connected with people that you like and people that you maybe don't like quite so much. But one of the things that's really important is that social media has to be taken into a little bit of context, or maybe a lot of context. In other words, it's important to realize that the face that people may put on in social media is not necessarily their real face. And so what you may see on social media could differ from what is actually going on in real life. And it's really important that you distinguish between the two, because generally speaking, they are starkly different. And what you might see from your friends who may appear to be happy, who may appear to be leading the good life, is not necessarily the way things are behind the social media account, or the way things are away from social media. It could be very different. Many times people will put on a different face in social media, and it could be in a positive way or it could be in a negative way. You could have people that maybe are constantly negative in social media but actually have a happier life than what you think. And conversely, you can have people that put on a happy face in social media, put on a lot of cheerful stuff, but could quietly be suffering. And so it's important that when you look at people and you become envious of the life that you see other people leading, be careful, because the life that you think that they're leading might be very different than the life that they actually are leading. And you could be putting yourself up against something that is really not actually accurate. You could be holding yourself up to a standard that's a false standard, that could be setting yourself up for some kind of an emotional failure because you're trying to lead a life that is compared to something that isn't actually real. So it's important that if you are looking at people in social media and you're becoming envious of what you see and you think, man, that's how I wish I was living, be careful, because what you're seeing might not actually be real. And it could be that you're leading a happier life than the person that you're envying. You just don't know it, and perhaps they don't know it. So be careful who you admire in social media, because you may think you know the full story. You may think you see the full story based on everything that they post in social media, but that doesn't mean you understand what happens when they shut their computer down for the night or when they log off of their social media account, because their life could be dramatically different off of Facebook, off of Twitter, off of Instagram, and you might be suckered into believing something that is false. So be careful who you admire in social media, and whatever you see in social media, you may want to take it with a grain of salt, because what you see with your own eyes could be deceptive. It could be leading you to a path down toward false expectations and putting yourself on a path to setting a standard based on something that isn't actually real.